Is there audio in that thing?
What
Perfect.
is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a very exciting stream, and I'm joined by the one and only Gainz Gaming. Gainz, say hello to the Shappy stream.
What is going on, Shappy stream? Glad to be here. Appreciate you having me on here, Shappy.
Of course. Well, thank you for coming on. You and I were just chatting about how we were so surprised that no one has done a simulator testing stream yet. Like, isn't that wild? I was really
Yeah,
surprised.
it is.
It's a good time. I think that Qin has the potential to be really lethal. But it cracks me up a little bit because the fact that a he is like an archer commander, right? We know he is. So is Shapur, and for the last, I don't know, 6 months at least, people have been like, okay, archers are garbage. And like, yeah, I get it. I see what people are saying. They're not that great. But at the same time, like, they released two amazing archer commanders, and I feel like they got like a week of publicity, and everyone was like, okay, I'm moving on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of the people that's been very critical about archers, saying that they're dead, that I hate them, and right now it is the truth, but we'll see if that changes with these new commanders coming in the game.
Yeah, I'm pumped. So, just before we get into it, what are your guesses for? We're going to start with Qin testing. We're going to do open field testing right here, probably against some of the existing meta commanders because, of course, why not? But who are you thinking is actually going to be the best pair for him? Because I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying, "Oh, the best pair is for sure going to be Zhuge Liang," and I'm like, I don't know. I have my doubts.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be a good pairing. I'd be interested to see how Herman pairs with him as well. But I feel like most people have Zuge or Zuge, however you say it. But not everyone has Herman. So I think that'll be interesting to see if people are like, oh, maybe I should invest in a Herman now to pair with these new commanders.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I think it's gonna be intriguing. So let me walk everyone through the setup that we got. Gains, you should be able to see my screen as well. In the
Yep.
spirit of having some fun with this, we're gonna start actually with Qin Herman, and we're running this Boudica talent tree right here. So we got that sweet Boudica talent tree right down there. You can see it. Let me get out of the way. So that's the tree that we're running. If folks say, hey, Shappy, you should change that, we will. That's fine. I also set the civilization Ottoman because I feel like if you're running archers, you're probably using Ottoman. It just makes sense. We've set our formation to wedge for Qin, and we've gone ahead and we've given him all of the main like archer best equipment, but we are not putting any accessories on. And before you freak out, why are we not putting accessories on? You see, we're not putting accessories on because the fact that accessories can totally skew these results, and we're trying to get something that's relatively accurate. For our cavalry, same deal. We've got the formation on, but we don't have any inscriptions. Again, we're just trying to keep things somewhat legit, and that's what we're rocking with. I'm looking at the chat. I see some people sharing. Soloroku, he's saying Justinian Shapur for an artifact pairing. That's pretty bold. That's a pretty bold suggestion. But when we start with the rally testing, I think we got to give it a shot. So let's get into it, and let's start this first battle and see how it actually looks. Okay. You know,
Hmm? Wow.
did that just happen? Am I missing something?
Remind me, is he single target or AoE?
Let's go through his skills real quick. He is AoE and single target. So he's got that special thing where he hits 6 different troops, and so he hits the one you're targeting, and then he also hits 5 other nearby troops. So he is an AoE commander. This is
Jeez.
insane. Yeah. Bad. This is mainly for duel right now. That's what we're testing. That said, Qin is an AoE commander, but this is, I can't believe that just happened. Okay. Starting
That's concerning.
strong. And I wonder why no one did sim testing. Okay, cool. Love that. Let's swap out. Actually, let's run it one more time. Someone said we should change to Arabia for cavalry. Fair, whatever.
I don't
We'll
really know
do it.
anyone that uses Arabia.
We'll give it a shot.
Pretty much everyone uses Ottoman, but yeah.
Okay, so Arabia does seem to have made some difference. Either that or the first time was a fluke. Okay. I still think that's really good. I still think that's pretty... Let's run it again. Maybe it was just that it was France. Could that be? That's wild. Yeah, that's insane. The proc rate. Okay, so this is still very close. I mean, going against what's currently the best dueling march in the game, that's really surprising. And this is archers versus cavalry. Archers get it like a base level debuff against cavalry. The proc rate is actually lower, but what's interesting is the rage. And this is the thing that really excites me about Qin, is he does have almost like an instant damage experience because he's consuming rage as he goes, and as soon as he enters combat, he's gaining 500 rage. So this is surprising already. I'm already like kind of astonished. But yeah, I hear you, Soloroku. Every Cav specific player is probably going to be running Arabia. I'll give you that. However, like realistically, how many people are just running single troop types these days? I feel like most likely you're going to be fighting someone who's running France like me, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah, France and Ottoman are the two that people typically run.
Yeah, because you get skill damage and health.
Exactly, yeah. Or they're running Germany because they want the training speed and the AP, but majority of people in Season of Conquest are going to be running France if they're low on speed ups, or Ottoman if they're just wanting to do as much damage as possible.
Yeah. Okay, so let's try this next one. We've got Qin with YSG. I feel like this is something everyone's always really wanted to see, so let's kick it off. Everyone was saying this was the pair.
Really? Bring YSG back?
Yeah, people were
Well, I
in the
guess you
comments.
have his museum buff too. Do you have that on?
Oh no. Do I? Let me reset and make sure. Yeah, it's on.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Let's try that again. Everyone says Ottoman has lost value. I don't know that that's true. If you're running archers, you're running Ottoman. Because archers get such a good bonus and you get that skill damage buff. So YSG did just about as good as Herman. Herman won that first one though, which is bizarre. People say Qin is glass cannon to the max. Let's talk about that. Do you think that's true, Gainz?
Glass cannon?
Qin? Yeah.
I mean, I don't see you have the march speed and defense, which is pretty decent, but that's really the one thing that archers miss a lot of the times is the march speed. So that I really like, but I don't really know how sustainable they're going to be in the open field.
I don't know how much of a glass cannon he is, only because of this fourth skill, right? Valor, Best, Despair. If attacking a field troop, he gains 500 rage, right? And then troops take 10% less normal damage when taking skill, smite, or combo damage with 300 plus damage factor, which is almost any attack. Troops spend 40 rage to reduce damage by 40%. So like, I don't know. I also really want to try, we're going to try this. Don't get mad at me. I'll give them both horns. But I think the horn is going to make Qin absolutely busted. Let's try
I was going to suggest that at the beginning, was like, well, we could add a horn on there because he really needs that for his rage production.
Well, yeah, because if he has that rage, he's just going to absolutely crush everything.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty close to even, but...
Yeah, but it's archers.
Yeah, it shouldn't be close to even.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you get a horn on there, that's nuts.
And then you have to consider, though, also doing the AoE damage with YSG compared to Arthur.
And Qin, I mean, that first skill hits 6 targets.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is...
And so we're really looking at just a duel situation, but you're not even looking at a murder ball value from that either.
Right. Well, I like the instant damage. I do think the one problem that we're going to see is the problem of like, okay, can he still hold up? And I don't think being paired with YSG is going to do that. Like,
No.
there's nothing wrong with running in with YSG, but like the whole intention I feel of Qin is when your archers get targeted first, you last somewhat longer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I'm seeing that. Yeah, this report's not near. This was the worst by far. I expect there's some
Yeah.
variability with skills. I think Herman's a better pair than YSG, just based on our first couple tests. Let's swap Herman back in now that we have the horn involved. Yeah, people are going back and forth saying people are going back and forth saying that he's tanky or he's not tanky. Yeah, see, Herman got wrecked just as badly here. So
One
maybe
thing that I wanted you to try is Philip.
Philip is my pick. So in my video, I said explicitly, I think that Philip is by far the best pair for Qin because Philip adds that tankiness that he desperately needs. And that means you don't have to break up Zhuge Herman, which is a great pair. So
Yeah.
like this is what I'm hoping for. Let's see. Ooh, that's not going as well as I thought it was going to.
Yikes.
Oh man, really? Is that just a fluke? No, we just got wrecked. Okay, so I guess the only thing I'll call out here is Philip's skills still do work for archers, right? You've got that archer bonus there, which I really like. 35% health. I don't understand why that didn't work. Maybe there's just not enough damage output there. Yeah, Philip isn't a dueling commander. That's fair. You guys are right. He's got the buff, right?
And you have it against the best dueling pair in the game.
Right. I really wanted that to do well. I really wanted that to do well, and it's really not doing well. Yeah. Yeah, no. That did not do, that did the worst by far. What a bummer. Yeah, people are saying,
Try Ash.
people say they want me to try Ash. I'm also seeing people say to add Ring. I really don't want to add the Ring. The Ring procs.
A lot of variability.
Yeah, the Ring procs are so broken. Like, I understand the thought behind it, but if you get the Ring procs, we'll never be able to like get a ground truth here. I'm gonna start this one more time. See if they do at all better in any scenario. No. I think they just don't have enough damage output. I don't think that's it. Okay. People want me to try Ash. We can try Ash. Should Ash be primary though?
I would probably put him primary.
I don't think there's any reason why Qin needs to be primary. I guess that's the other question. Are we doing this wrong? Should Qin be secondary? I don't know.
I think one argument you can make for that is when he's the primary, he like takes part of his rage, right, from his kit.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if you have him secondary, you already have that first commander fire off their skill, and then he fires off his skill.
Right. Okay.
So I think he might be better as a secondary. Just if I'm reading the skills correctly.
Well, Ash did
but
garbage.
Ash might not be the guy.
That was atrocious.
That was the worst one so far.
Okay, let's try a different talent tree for Ash. We'll try the Nebu talent tree, but this is really for attacking structures, but we'll try it anyways.
Oh, Soloroku said you can't run him secondary because he needs 500 rage.
He gets 500 rage, though. It's a passive skill.
He just enters battle, though.
If attacking a field troop, gain 500 rage. Oh, you guys are right. Qin has to be primary.
Yeah, you need him primary.
Yep. Okay, so that ain't it. Let's try it again. And I guess we'll throw Ash as secondary because he was absolute garbage as primary. Good call, guys. Love you, chat. Y'all are the best. If you guys are enjoying, drop a like. Helps YouTube push this out a little bit more. Yeah, YSG did better. Philip did worse, but YSG did better. To be honest, I don't know that you need Ash in your lineup. Like, of all the commanders I would have in my lineup, he's not the highest.
No. If you're not an archer rally lead, you really just don't need him.
Yeah, YSG was better than Ash, if you ask me. Okay, who else do we got? We got Shajar. That could be a fun one. Yeah. Okay, so hold up though, guys.
Watch
Shajar.
Shajar be the best option.
Well, she might be in the duels because she has that mighty healing. And in a duel
True.
scenario, mighty healing is kind of OP. I remember when we were testing Philip, we tested Philip Shajar, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, she's absolutely broken." And it's like, I don't know if she's really broken. It's just the duel scenario. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, she's firing off those heals.
Yeah, you can see that healing work.
Yeah.
But the thing to look at here is the 7 wounds once it comes out, because you're going to be doing a ton of
Exactly.
healing.
It won. I still don't know if
Yeah.
this is. I don't know that this is the pair. This feels like cheating, but it did win. I don't know. The problem is if you throw Shajar in the field, she's going to get targeted. And
Yep.
yes, Qin is good, but he doesn't have any counterattack, right? He can take less damage and reduce damage taken, which is awesome, right? But the problem is, like, beyond that, his kit has defense and health, but there's no counterattack damage, normal attack damage bonus, things that are going to make him tankier. And Shajar doesn't have that really either. Take 10% less damage, mighty heal, take 20% less damage when healed. Maybe, I don't know. Shajar is really tanky. Like, if you're looking for an archer tank march, this is probably a pretty good one. I also like this because if we're talking about, like, the way murder ball fighting works, if you're bouncing in, bouncing out, right, you can get that heal, you can go back, you can do instant proc damage, you can go back. That's a pretty good report, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So it works. It just gives me the ick because I know that it's not legit. Let's do the one everyone really wants. Let's see how this goes. What's your
That's
bet?
what most people would be able to run. So,
What's your bet, Gainz?
I think it'll be close, but just barely win. Or barely lose.
Mm-hmm.
Not great.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not it at all. That's slightly better than YSG, but not by much. That's annoying. Who are we going to pair this guy with? Yeah, that's kind of mediocre, right? I feel like a lot of these tests are coming out with just about the same results. Like 27 to 17. It's not enough. Shajar is the first one that I've seen actually do something. We'll throw Herman back in there. Herman won that first duel. I don't know why though. Like, I can't explain why he won that first duel. It wasn't scripted, chat. I didn't script it, I promise. Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, let's talk about kits. We have Herman you want in the field because he has that poison stack, right? So, like, Herman or Philip, I think, are the two best support archer marches you could probably be running.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. Herman's going to be a little bit better. I guess the question is, if we're setting up a 5 march experience, how is that going to work? I guess you could just run.
Yeah, because then who'd you put your Zooch with?
You really want Zug with Herman. I guess you would run Zug with Herman, Qin with Shajar, Luce Philip, and then Ho Chu Bing, Arthur. And then what? You probably have one more infantry march. That could be a setup. Interesting. Okay.
Would that be a 2 archer setup then?
Everyone's saying duels aren't relevant for open field. Okay, guys, you tell me what's relevant for open field because I can configure this so it's 5 marches attacking 1. If you'd prefer, we can go that route. Let's do that. Sure. You know what? I'll play your games. And this will actually let us see if Shajar's garbage or not. So, what's the 5 march meta right now?
I don't think we need a test to know Shajar's garbage, Shabby.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You're not wrong. Okay, there we go. We got Zuge Herman. We have probably Nevsky Joan. We've got Bai Qi Luce. Where's that? There's Bai Qi. There's Luce. Who else? We got Luce Phillip. Should we do that? Or should we do... Oh, Luce's already in use. Nevsky Joan, we did. Trooping with Arthur. Okay, what's your pick for the fifth march?
5th march. I think another Cav. Yeah, I would do that. And then Arthur.
Oh, we already have that. We could do Ragnar Scipio. I feel like that's a common march people still use. No? Do you still have Ragnar Scipio in your lineup?
I do.
Yeah, so that's fine. Let's do this. We'll do formations. Ragnar Scipio as wedge. Okay, this has wedge 2 for now. I know everyone's like, oh, you need to be using delta formation. I know. Okay. We'll do this. And then we'll set this to... Oh, that should not be wedge. That should be probably pincer. And then we have...
People are talking about getting rid of Nevsky, but they need to consider that Nevsky with 5 marches is actually really good.
What is everyone else running? Are they running delta formation, Arthur William? In theory, you shouldn't be doing that unless you have the right inscriptions. I don't have legend. I've thought about doing it, but I don't have legendary inscriptions to it. I don't know. Take out Nevsky. Qin, why is Qin? No, we're not putting Qin in yet. We're attacking Qin. Okay, so there we go. We got that set up. How many troops do you think we should give each march?
200?
200 to 200?
I would say so, yeah.
So this is like just a full, we're swarming the shit out of Qin.
I feel like that's the easiest way to do it, because if you do like 50K on each one, it's just not really going to be reflective, because you're not going to get attacked by a 50K march in most circumstances.
Okay, let's run it. This will be interesting.
And this will just kind of test out his, tankiness, I guess.
Well, he got obliterated. That sucked. I think there needs to be some fewer troops. Either that or he needs to have some more. Because that's just, you can't do anything with that. Let's see. Let's reset it.
I mean, you could put 400K for him as like a full Crystal Tech march.
400K for him? Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that. Okay, you're swarming a whale. I can't do 5v5. I don't think this has 5v5. Yeah, there's no 5v5. I wish I could. That'd be cool. Okay, we'll do 400K just to see how long this thing lasts. Start battle. Okay.
That did better.
That did much better. Oof. Rough trades. Rough trades. But that's actually not that bad. I feel okay about that. Let's see what happens if we swap it out. So we got 2 yellow bars here. Let's swap him out for Philip. No, Philip's gonna suck. YSG.
I did better.
That's not bad at all.
Was the first one huge? I can't remember.
The first one was Shajar.
Oh, Shajar? Try it with Huge.
Yes, this is 1v5 testing. We're trying to see how tanky this is, guys. So folks in the chat are like, what are we doing right now? We're trying to see how tanky this march is in comparison to the existing marches that you can run, because Qin's whole thing is he has splash damage, he has rage skills, and archers are by far the first march to get swarmed. So we're just trying to figure out how this will actually hold up in the field, because everyone said, oh, dual testing is not realistic. Fine, fair. You're not wrong. Okay.
Pretty solid.
But did Zug do any better or worse than YSG?
I think he did a little better.
Seeing how his fourth skill works, can we do 3 smite pairs in 2 combo? I think his fourth skill debuffs everything. Yeah, it's skill damage, combo damage, or smite damage. So it should be, it's all of it.
It's the same regardless.
DKX. Yeah, it should be the same regardless of the marches. That's actually not bad. Should we try? Let's try Zuge. Actually, I'm going to do one with Herman, and then we can try Zuge Herman just to have a baseline to compare it to. Where's Herman? Here we go. Let's do this. Oh, that was garbage. Okay, cool.
Yeah, not great.
And then we'll swap this over to our bad boy over here. I'm thinking, wow. Okay, guys, so we got our tanky archer march. By far. I mean, that was night and day.
Yeah, jeez.
That's wild. Let me throw YSG back in the mix. I just want to compare the two. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's really intriguing. I don't know that we have another tanky archer pair like that. Let's try Ash just real quick. That's an interesting finding. So
in other words, if you see one on the field, don't swarm it.
Well, yeah. If you swarm it, you're just not going to trade that well. I could totally see a free-to-play running this pair right here, Qin with YSG. I mean, this could be a great pairing. And remember,
just something tanky.
Yeah. There's no healing happening here, so it's all legit. That's awesome. What do you guys think, chat? Are you going to run this guy in the field? People in the chat are like, don't say everyone in the chat said this. It's just one guy. I hear you. I hear you. Love you guys. Yeah, this is really an interesting finding. I don't know that there's another archer pair that's this tanky. What do you think, Gainz?
I honestly don't think there is. And I mean, I don't know if I'd go as far to say that free-to-play players should invest into him, but I mean, what we see is that he's going to be a lot tankier.
Yeah, let me, just for fun, people are going to be outraged in the chat. They're going to be like, I thought this was a Qin testing. It is a Qin testing. Okay, let's do this. And this will be, we'll go to Arch. This is just for comparison. Okay, let's see.
Holy crap.
No way. Actually? Yeah, that's the field talent tree.
FYI, you do have a horn on one side, but not on the other. Is that intentional?
It shouldn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, I could add horns to all of them, but I think in the grand scheme of things with what we're looking at, it shouldn't matter. Do you think it would be better if you add drums? I have horn. I don't think you would typically run horn and drums. That feels odd to me. I think if anything, you typically run horn and ring, right? That's like the go-to. We can throw, I don't think ring is going to do anything here. What tree are you using on the archers? We're using this Boudica tree over here. We can swap it if we want to this one. I think the first one did better. Do this one too. Yeah, I don't really think the tree is mattering, guys. You'll run him when you put him against Ho Joan, Arthur Williams, Zug Philip, and BQ Luce. He needs drums or ring or even pendant. Yeah, I have horn on him, guys. Horn gives him rage regen. I mean, we can swap this out if we want. I guess I could clear this. Let me just put belly there. Then we can run Arthur, William. We'll do Delta. And then we have, oh, no, that's not it. Arthur William with Delta formation. And then we got Ho Chu Bing with Joan. Okay. Chat, you cool now? We good? This better? Gosh. He's still a beast. This is huge. Qin Zug may be like the murder ball pair. Because remember, right now, this is essentially a murder ball where you're being targeted. Just imagine if you're not being targeted. Because like, I think it's the splash damage that we're seeing, the 1 conquer 6, that's that broken. That's making all the difference here. You want Philip? I'm not going to add Philip to Zug. Philip doesn't belong with Zug in this lineup. If you want Philip, what you really need is you need BQ William Wallace. You bench this pair here, and then you do Luce Philip. That's the lineup that you do. If you're gonna put Philip in this lineup, guys, this is where you put him. There he is. Okay.
That is what I'm debating for myself right now, is adding Philip in, but I don't know if I need that if I'm not going to add in BQ as well. And if I do, then I need to add in both.
Ooh, that's an expensive investment. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, Luce Philip is so tanky. Guys, this is crazy. This is a huge finding. Okay. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm thinking that Qin is probably a commander you really want to max. Herman gets no poison value from all those pairs. Is that true? I don't think so. Arthur deals. There's no skill damage factor. I guess that's true. The only skill damage factor is coming from Ho Chu Bing. You're not wrong. I'll give you that. True. Yeah, Herman's poison is not benefiting a whole lot there. But I wouldn't run Zuge Philip in the field. That's not a pairing I would pick. But I hear you, Bad. I don't think it matters. I think the finding here is that Qin is incredibly tanky with YSG or with Zug, which is exciting because I could totally see you pairing him with YSG and running Qin YSG and Zug Herman, which is like the easiest pair to run. So I think I would do that. Okay. So there's Qin. You think we have enough? What do you think, Gainz? Should we move on to Shapur?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so let's do some rallying now. And we're going to okay, and so this is our garrison. And I think Gorgo Tokugawa, and this should be Shapur. And I'm going to do Henry, because I've been calling Henry as the pair from day one. I think that's it. Is there no way to... Oh, there we go. Cool. Love it. And then this is also 2 million. Okay, so there's a rally. For this, I will throw ring on because I think that's in a rally scenario, you probably want that. And Shapur's skill set, just so everyone remembers, he deals additional damage factor to every second for 4 seconds, which gives him a damage factor of 3,200, if my math is right. And then if the target has less than 500 rage, it cannot receive shield effects. So that is to directly counter Heraclius. But to be honest, this is the pair you need to beat, I think. Gorgo Tokugawa. What do you think? What's up, y'all?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was reading the chat.
No, I think Gorgo Tokugawa is the pair to beat. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree. Either that, or I guess you could consider Hera for AoE, because that's what a lot of people use in swarm situations, but
okay,
I think sticking with that for now.
Yeah, we'll do both. We got ring. We got, if we're doing this, we should just, it's a rally lead. They're going to have all of the right stuff. And this is probably pincer, right? Pincer formation.
Mm-hmm.
We are cracking out over here. Can I crit these? I think I should be able to. Yeah, full crit equipment. It's all crit. Okay, archers are goated. So that's what we got. And should we run it? Oh, not going to be Arabia. You're probably going to be France. If you're garrisoning with infantry. And do we think Shapur needs to be primary? I guess we'll test both. Okay, let's see. Because you're not going to swarm this march. I don't think. I don't think you're going to swarm a Henry rally. I have it wrong? What do you mean I have it wrong? It's these guys attacking. I think I have it set right, guys. I think this is the garrison pair right here. Int garrison uses Greece. Fine. Whatever. So we can start that again. Y'all are killing me in the chat. I'm doing my best. Int is Greece.
It's not good enough.
Never. It's never good enough. Okay. I think that's pretty close. I think if you keep that full, you'll probably win. The trades are amazing. I mean, those are good trades. I wonder if we should also compare this to if you're using Attila Subutai. That was pretty good. Okay. So Shapur didn't win there. Let's check with Ash. I think Ash might win. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
There it is. That's it. That's your meta rally. By a lot.
Goodness.
Damn. Is it swarm proof though? This is the Gorgo tree. If you guys want, we can reset it. Yeah, let's do this tree for Gorgo. Try that. I think it's going to win in any scenario. Yeah, one in that one too. Again, that was almost the same. Yeah, that was almost identical. You're not putting Qin in here because all his skills are for. That's one we just ran. We can run this. I think this march wins in any scenario. The thing is, you're probably going to swarm this.
Yeah, I mean, most archer rallies are going to swarm, but I think especially this one, you're going to have to swarm.
Although this is interesting because you've got Humiliation of Rome, and the way this skill works is whenever this troop takes damage, so if you're swarming it, it has a 25% chance to gain 30% attack. So swarming this could actually buff it. If you keep it full, that means you're going to get that 30% attack bonus, which is interesting.
True.
Whenever it deals skill damage, it has a 20% chance where target cannot receive health buffs and deals 20%. That's what does it. That skill right there directly counters Gorgo Toku.
Yep.
And then if leading rally attack, whenever their rallied army grants a buff, that's why this has such good synergy. Look at that. Look at his fourth skill. Whenever it grants a buff, it has a 50% chance to gain rage and a bonus to skill damage. And then Ash's expertise is whenever an active skill is used, you get a buff. Any buff. That's so OP. Okay.
I think that's 100% the pair you're going to run.
Yeah, I think so. We can swap them too and see which is better from a primary standpoint. I don't see any reason why one...
Someone said put Flavius behind Gorgo.
That's going to lose, but we can try that. Let's try this. Let's see if Ash is better as primary. I don't think it matters. I think Shapur is probably the better primary. Yeah, that's so close. Yeah, Shapur was better.
There's a 400,000 difference there.
Yeah.
So I'd say Shapur is definitely the better primary.
I think so.
Because it was like 1.7 mil, and that was for 1.7 to 1.8 mil, and that was 2.2 mil.
Yeah. We need hold the line for Garrett. What are y'all talking about over here? Hold the line. What do you mean?
I think it's in the skill tree.
I've tried them all, guys. There we go. That's the best. That's probably the best garrison tree you got. I don't think Ash is the better primary here.
No, I think Shapur needs to be primary.
I like Shapur better. This did just as good, ironically.
Oh, that was about as good, yeah.
Isn't GG best in slot for garrison over ring? Sure. Y'all want me to change it? I'll change it. Actually, you're all wrong. Isn't it saddle now? Is it saddle or hilt? Shit, which does what? Do you remember, Gainz?
Let me look.
Chad, I need you.
Saddle is 3% more smite damage.
Okay, so does saddle. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm going to swap this so Shapur is primary again. Saddle is garbage. Okay, guys. I'll put whatever you want on here. You want me to run it again?
Put the plume on there.
Yeah, why not? Everyone's out here. I'm just catching strays. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what you do here. Okay, let's swap this back over. Shapur's primary, Ash's secondary. Let's run it. Saddle is doo-doo. You need hold the line. Okay, which talent tree has hold the line, y'all? Is it this one? I still don't think it matters. Greatest glory is better. You get 5% normal damage. Yeah, I know. Everyone is telling me that I should be using saddle. Guys, I've swapped to every talent tree and it's still winning. This was even better. You want me to swap it again? I'll swap it again. How about that one? I will go through every single talent tree that is in the simulator and this will still lose without fail.
The hold the line is if this commander's troop only contains infantry units, whenever it's hit with a basic attack, has a 10% chance to take... Oh, that's the first one.
Top left and infantry.
I don't know what it is when it's maxed out.
Doesn't matter.
Let's see.
It's still going to lose.
It would be 10% chance to take 20% less damage for the next 2 seconds with a 3-second cooldown.
That one did worse than all of them. There's no hold the line in sim. It's right there. That one?
Yeah, that's the correct one.
This one, right here. We'll run that. Maybe the talent trees aren't good. Guys, I think this is just a goated pair.
Yeah, that did even better.
I don't think it's the talent trees. I think this is just a goated pair. Like if you, what's the current Archer rally meta? Is it Ash Henry?
Yeah.
Okay. No. I mean it won, but not by enough.
Yeah, it's pretty good difference. Do we want to try a Cav, Garrison?
I'm gonna swap in Hera real quick.
All right.
Gorgo Hera. Are you using Pincer or Arch for this? I think you're probably using.
I would honestly probably say Arch.
I would say Arch for this pair. There we go. We got hold the line.
Yikes.
Well, that's that. We haven't even brought in the new guy. There's the report
Yeah.
for that. Okay, let's reset this.
Are you able to mix with that though? Do you have mixed troops in there or just infantry?
Oh, I just have infantry. I can mix it though. 3 troop types. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. That looks worse.
I think it is.
How is that possible?
I think it is worse.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's probably worse because Gorgo's just, she needs infantry, which is fine. I also think, again, you're just kind of throwing this one out there without getting swarmed. But let's see what happens if I throw Shapur in there and we do Shapur Ash.
My gosh. Almost finished in white.
Yeah. I think Shapur Ash is a meaningful upgrade.
Yep.
Put leadership gear critted for inf with mixed... Guys, are you for real right now?
We're getting way off the rocker now.
Oh,
I understand it though. People are trying to find every excuse in the book why archers should not be viable again. I don't blame them.
Hold the line is only all inf, so swap tree. Okay, guys, we'll swap it. I hear you. How about that? That one? That one has more in the garrison tree than any of the others. We'll run that. That's pretty wild. My only question here, leadership pants and boots, sacred grips. Okay. Dear God. Where is this here? Which are the leadership pants? Is it chaussee? Leadership pants and boots. Leadership boots. Crit with infantry and sacred grips. Okay, y'all. Happy? Still gonna get wrecked. In fact, we finished in almost in the white there. Try Shapur Ash versus Eleanor Zizka. Let's see how Cavs perform. You guys got it. I better be getting some likes for these tests, guys. I'm so dramatic with it. If I want to test, I got to test meta. I'm game to test meta. If y'all want me to do certain things, I'm here for it. You want ring, you don't want ring, I am here for you. I'm working for you guys. Try out Shapur Ash versus Eleanor Zizka. Whatever you want. Okay, let's do it. Eleanor Jan. Where's my boy? Jan Zizka. Oh, there he is. Okay. Cavalry. Thank you, Chuck. Chuck, I appreciate you. Okay, let's see. think this is the rally meta, guys. So what did we learn today? Qin is by far the tankiest archer that we've ever seen. And he can be put with YSG or Zug. I don't know that I saw any meaningful difference.
His siege garrison.
I don't know, Gainz. Did you see any meaningful difference between Qin with YSG versus Qin with Zug?
I mean, meaningful? No. Slight upgrade? Yes. So would it be worth maxing out Zhuge if you already have YSG max? Probably not, unless it's a swap event. But I mean, if you could put that swap event into something even better, like Luce, BQ, Philip, I mean, I don't know if it's enough to warrant 690 gold heads.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Solar, you're right. You're right. I had Arch on Eleanor, so I swapped it to Wedge, gave it all the max inscriptions, and here's the report. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think if you have Zug and you're just running Zug, you should put him with Zug. But if you want to keep Zug Herman and run 2 archers, that's what to do.
Yeah.
So what is the best garrison to counter this? Honestly, guys, I think it is just the existing meta.
I think it's just Swarm.
Yeah, I think you have to swarm this. I don't know how much it hurts. I don't think it hurts that much to swarm. I think that's
Probably not a whole lot. I mean, that 30% attack, that would still go to counterattack though, right?
Yeah, that would go to
So
counterattack.
I guess it could hurt a little bit, but I think it's still something you just have to swarm.
Yeah, it's a super meaningful upgrade. Did we try Shapur for field viability?
I feel like there's too many rally skills in his kit.
Yeah, I don't think that I would do that. Yeah, Henry is not a good pair for this guy. Maybe we want Henry primary. We can see. It's fine. I think Ash did better. Let's reset it and throw Henry on his primary. Try the Archer Garrison. By Archer Garrison, do you mean Dido? Do people run Dido? Yeah, Henry's a better pair. If Henry's primary for sure. Did that do better than Ash primary or than Shapur primary with Ash? This may be the move if you're looking.
I don't think it did.
I think it did about as good though. Thing is, if you can get Henry in this lineup, you're going to not swarm it. This is a good test. Henry. Okay, y'all want, before I do Cho Dido, I'm gonna go back to our infantry. I don't think that we ran Henry as primary against it, and I just want to see how that goes. Tokugawa, back to Pincer. Okay. I think everything's all right. If it's not, chat will tell me for sure. It'll be greatest glory crit. It doesn't do as well against this pair.
No.
You really want Shapur Ash. Okay. Let's run it back. Shapur Ash. Start battle. Justinian. Yeah. I'll do Shapur Justinian. I love artifacts. Yeah, that's that right there that's the rally pair for sure. I think these folks.
100%.
We can try artifacts, I guess. Let's see. Let's swap out Ash for Justinian. I don't think this is going to work, but why not? Nah. No, that ain't it, guys.
Yeah, that was not good.
No. Well, oh. Would this even work?
Subutai?
This shouldn't work, right? Because there's no combo damage here. That's skill damage. This is combo. This shouldn't work. We'll try it. Yeah.
Nope.
No. But we should compare, right? Let's do this. Get rid of that. And okay, if this doesn't tell you guys exactly how good the let's go back to let's do probably Arch. Let's rerun that real quick. Yeah. Reset. That didn't do it. Let's try. Yeah, it's you typically run Arch with this. We could try Delta, but and see if Butterfly Effect makes a difference. I think we're back to rock, paper, scissors, except this new Archer pair kind of beats everything. I think that's the way to go. You guys wanted to see archers versus archers, so let's do that. Show with
What troop type is next after archers? Is it infantry or is it siege?
I don't know. Chat probably knows though. Chat, what's next? I think
They're the experts, so.
That's right. That's why we're running siege garrisons.
Hey, if siege garrison becomes meta, maybe my alt account will be siege garrison.
Exactly. You'll be killing it. Okay, what are we using here? Skill damage. This should be wedge. Let's do that. Okay. Siege or leadership, then cav. Oh, leadership is next. Okay. So I really could max Qin right now. How many gold heads do you have saved up?
Like 1,300?
I've got like 1,650 right now.
Goodness.
I haven't.
And you're in KVK.
Yeah, I'm about to enter KVK. This shouldn't be Delta formation either. This should be this. Oopsies. Let's go back over here. Let's run it. Shapur.
My gosh.
I mean, that's just insane right there. Try Henry, new commander. We did that, Anon. It's pretty good, but it's not as good. It's nice if you're tanking. If you're running it against Heraclius, I would do that. So, like, if you're in a scenario where you don't have field control and you're running a rally, I would probably do Henry Shapur because that did good enough. But if you have field, this is the pair you're running. You're running Shapur Ash. Just because it's so goated. All against everything. The trades here are just really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Gainz. What do you think? What are your we've been going for about an hour here, longer than I had planned. But what do you think? Do you have a take?
Better than I thought. When I remember even messaging you, the archers don't look very good, do they? And now actually seeing their skills work, obviously duel wise, but just seeing them work real time, it completely changes the way I was reading the skills. Because when they sent out the reworked skill for what's the wheel commander's name, I forgot.
the rework skill for Qin.
Yeah, for him. It made a lot more sense. And I was like, oh, that actually does sound a lot better. But I know some people thought it was a debuff, but it actually clarified how the skill worked for me.
Yeah, I think they clarified it. I don't know that it's a debuff. I think this is just a really good round of releases. I think that's what Lilith was going for.
I think they needed to. With where archers were at, they needed to have something really, really good.
Yeah, I agree. And everyone's like, the shield, so Hera is a bad secondary. That's what I said that earlier, right? The skill was directly to counter Hera. The question is, Shapur Shajar. What? Qin and ZL versus ZL Herman. We did that, Anon. Qin ZL is better. Shapur Shajar. No. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think this is a very, very good release cycle for archers. I think you're gonna want to max these guys. We can swap this around, go back to open field.
The question, though, is it worth investing in these guys if you already have Herman and Zuge for your one archer pair?
Well, let me double check this though. I wonder if it's on Garrison now. Was it not on Garrison before? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. Let me just gut check myself. Gorgo with Tokugawa, infantry. This is pincer. This, and this. I still think it was working. Yeah, So there are people that are asking, like, do you expertise this? I think you expertise Qin. I think you would do that. Double test this. Yeah, this is still winning by a lot. Okay. Qin needs his expertise. Yes, Qin does need his expertise. I would max Qin. I would probably run him with Zug. Do you bench Herman though?
That's a loaded question.
Do you bench Herman? I don't know. So if we look back at that setup that we had earlier, right? This 5 March setup, right here. Do you bench Herman? Because you've got Qin, Zug. Only 2 of your commander sets are using skill damage.
I think that's the biggest argument, is if you're using combo attack damage commanders and smite damage commanders, your Herman is not getting full value anymore.
Is Qin and ZL better than ZL Herman? Yes, we have. Have we tried BQ Luce versus Qin ZL? No, but we can do that. Let's do that. BQ Luce. Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying. This is always a good time, and it helps show Gainz that you appreciate him showing up for us today.
I'm gonna say, you've been getting all the hate. I've just been sitting here enjoying the ride.
Okay. We'll do this for fun. I'm gonna leave all the other stuff on here. It's really close. Okay, we lost that one. Why? Swap this for YSG real quick. But this goes in line with what we saw earlier, right? In straight up duels, it's not the best. It's okay, but it's not the best. We tried Qin Philip. Qin Philip didn't work. See, we won there. So there you go, guys. That won.
I feel like that's more reflective of like an open field scenario because you have two AoE commanders against two AoE commanders.
Exactly. Well, you're also, I mean, I really like Qin with YSG. I think that's a nice duo. Again, I don't necessarily want to bench my Herman. I think if I'm running two archers, I don't want to bench Herman. Right? Because if you're running two archers, then you are getting that Herman buff benefit. So, Qin Arthur would be the #1 pairing for Artifact. Oh no, is he? Let's find out. Arthur. Do we use Wedge? I think so, right? Because if Arthur's secondary, yeah, direct damage. I think this is going to be OP as hell. Throw that on. Oh my god. Holy cow.
Jeez. What?
That was insane.
Bro.
Did that just happen? Wow. Why did that do so well?
That's pretty insane.
As primary, 50% on attack to combo attack can proc multiple times. Percentage roof. A secondary 25% chance to deal additional damage next second to all targets. We don't even have the additional damage tree on, do we? I don't think so. That's additional damage. Yeah, when you put the additional damage. Wow. That's insane. So I think this is probably the #1 pairing in the game. I mean, that's, for Bai Qi to melt like that is absolutely insane. Cool. Well, Gainz, I think I'm gonna let you go, man. Do you have anything else you want to say to the stream before we head off?
Unfortunately, archers might be back, guys.
I think archers might be back. If you guys are wondering what this simulator is, it is Specco's Sim. So let me share the link to that for you guys. He has a Patreon. You can go get this yourself. He's an absolute legend. He did a really job making this simulator. There you go. I'm swarming with 2 marches. I don't think it matters. How about that? Okay, guys. Everyone give me a hard time. Shappy's sleeping on the job. Rick and William are out. It doesn't matter. It's still an amazing setup. Shajar is also going to win this.
You know what that means? Shajar's meta.
The chat is furious. The chat is absolutely furious. Solo Roku's going to go do his own testing. Solo Roku, I appreciate you, man. Well, thank you all for coming out. This has been an absolute blast. If you've enjoyed, again, do drop a like on the video. It helps me out a ton. It also lets me know that you guys do enjoy these simulator testing videos. I know you give me a hard time in the chat, but, you know, y'all are the best. Love you for showing up. And big shout out to Gainz. Thank you for coming on. If you guys do want to see some more findings from this testing, we're going to be doing a video on Gainz's channel. It's going to be linked directly above my head, where we're actually going to talk about how these findings from this testing end up influencing kind of what you should be running, whether archers are back, all of that great stuff. So y'all rock. I will see you all, and thank you all.